Hi all, Chunky Prepper here again. This video is my response video to the 5C tag challenge. I was nominated first by Wes from Paddles and Hammocks and again the other night by Gingerbushcraft. So here are my 5C's. First one is going to be cover, and now I have a choice of two. I always go out with my cheap tarp cover mat. I got it from the famous auction site, very cheap. I use it, put my tent on it, or use it on the floor for when I'm hammocking, put it under my hammock so when I'm taking my shoes off and that lot I don't get my feet or socks dirty. So yeah, that's the one of them, that's the tarp I use, cheaper one. And this one is my DD Hammocks DD tarp. Again, I always take this with me. You would have seen this on my videos, it always comes with me. At the moment, if I'm not using it for hammocking, because I've got my tent on my bivvy, I actually use it for covering up the kitchen equipment, like, you know, plates, stuff like that, and food and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I use it as a tarp to cover that up actually. But yeah, like I said, I always take this with me anyway, so I've always got that. Right, my next C is going to be Combustion. So yeah, this is my little container I use for all my stuff I use for live fires, and I also have a fire steel here. Again, I bought that cheaply off the famous auctioning site, very cheap for what it is. That's lit a lot of fires, that one has. But I tend to use now the one Outlaw Bushcraft got me for my birthday. This chunky dory fire steel. I do like this. What I haven't got in my Combustion tub is Vaseline. Now that normally goes in the first aid box, you know, for your lips and stuff like that, but I do tend to use this for my fires. I just dip the cotton buds in or cotton pads in, light the cotton pad, and it stays alight for a little bit longer because of the Vaseline. I've got some fat wood in here for some shavings. I did have a pencil sharpener in here, a metal one, which was had the big opening and the small opening, so you can get a twig and you can just do fine shavings and use that. I don't know what I've done with that. I also have a fire lighter in here, just in case you're trying to light wet material. And there's all sorts in here. I've not used half of it. There's some, I think it's like paraffin wax. I've got some magnesium tubes. I don't have none of the other stuff in here because it would be silly to have that as well, because you can end up with a chemical fire. I have some jute, twine in there, all sorts. And I do believe at the bottom, which I've not used yet, is their magnifying things. This is going to go everywhere. Bear with me, please. I can't remember what they're called. But basically, yeah, it's a reflector. Is it reflector? It's one of those. Up to the sun, and you get a fire going with that. So that just sits at the bottom of that. I've never actually used that yet. Like a lot of stuff. I think that's actually magnesium. But like I said, I haven't used it all yet. So that's my Combustion. The next thing I'm going to go on to is Cordage. And what I have is, like most people have, is just paracord. I also use bungees. I use bungees quite a lot. I like bungees. I've got loads of these. I like also putting them around trees just to hang stuff up on. I don't normally use them for my tarp. I might start to use them for my tarp, just because on Gingerbushcraft, his 5C tag challenge, he mentioned about using them for the tarp and stuff, and I weren't too sure because I just didn't think it, or I thought it's going to pull on the actual loops and damage a tarp. But I have enough of these, I can actually put 5 or 6 of these together and still go through the top line on the tarp and probably do it that way. It's probably going to be better than just using paracord, because even with this paracord I get quite a bit of saggage, and by the time you're pegged out the tarp, it all comes down. You know, you start off at the night walking into the tarp, and then it's crouching down, and you're virtually on your knees if it's windy, because you're pulling them down so tight. So yeah, that's the cordage. So I've done the cover, I've done the combustion, done the cordage. Well, I'm not finished with the cordage. I have some of these bracelets. I have a black one, which, because my arms are quite chunky, it's about 10 inches, and it's twined. It's similar to this, so I'm going to have plenty of cord off that. This is my UK SN. It's not Elite bracelet, it's the one up from Elite. It's basically filled with everything. You've got loads of stuff in there. You've got your little strike there as well. You've got like a sharp knife, an edge there. You've got a compass on there, and woven inside is loads of stuff. I mean, there's a blade in there, there's a fishing line in there, there's all sorts in there. So yep, the reason why these were made the way they are with paracord, and that was so you've got your cordage if you ever need it. It'd be a shame to cut that one up, but if you need it, it's there. Right, next one is container. Now, I always, again, this is something else I always take with me. Don't always use it, but I take it with me. It's a Dutch Army, I believe it's a Dutch Army canteen. I say Dutch because on the outside it has MVD 06 and Niet Verwoorden or Verwormen, which I believe is never heat or something like that. So yeah, that's the Dutch one. That I believe is a Dutch cover because it says on it KL 1993 Wittok Industry, so I'm sure both of those are Dutch, but I'm not 100% sure with the canteen or the cup. Sorry. I know Crusaders with the handle there, they're shaped this way, and then you have that kidney dish shape over this side. With the US cup like this, it's very similar to this. Now on the back of this one though, I have RI94. Now I tried to look that up and I couldn't find anything really on there. But there was or is a French regiment or something like that. So whether this is French, I do not know. It is stainless steel, it's quite heavy. I've only just started to use this on my new gas cooker now, just to see what it's like, and it's quite nice actually. I'm actually going to get myself a little lid for it, a metal lid, and I'm going to be using this more often. But yeah, I believe this is my Dutch canteen and this is my Dutch cover. But I've got a feeling that might be a French cup or mug or container, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's what I take with me now, or I have been since I've been doing bushcrafting for real, rather than just on the armchair. Like I said, I don't really normally use this. These are not original. I took these off something else because the original ones on there was quite rusted up, so I took them off a cheap one I got from that auctioning website. So yeah, that's my containers. We've done cover, combustion, cordage, container, and then the next thing is cutting tool. Now this is my go-to, my EDC, my, you know, I use it every time I possibly can, and it's a Victorinox Soldier. It also has a bit of cordage on the end there as well, so I've got a 10, 15, 20 foot of cordage on there. So yeah, this is the Victorinox Soldier. The Victorinox Soldier. I've showed this before. I just like the shape of it because it reminds me of a crocodile. How it sort of like loops over there. That's like the head, that's the jaws obviously, and that's the body. But yeah, I do like this. And I believe this was a birthday present or Christmas present from her indoors. So yeah, I like that one. So that is my cutting tool. I've obviously got more. I've got the chunk and all that lot, but yeah, I do like using this. So yeah, there is my 5C tag challenge. Now, nominations. This is part of the video where you have to nominate. I'm going to nominate, my first nomination goes to the Scottish Wanderer Bushcrafter. The second one goes to Carlisle195, and my third nomination goes to James Mears. Thanks for watching.